Kevin is starting off this hour in Nashville. Hi, Kevin. Welcome to the Ramsey Show.
Hey, Dave. Thanks for taking my call.
Sure. How can we help?
I've got a question about the dollar seemingly record inflation and the BRICS nations. And I've come across some information recently that there's a highly anticipated summit that they're doing on August 22nd. And people are expecting them to announce their own gold-backed currency. They say these five nations represent 40% of global GDP, and Saudi Arabia's thrown their hat in the ring with them. So the rumors are if Saudi joins them and drops the dollar, then we lose the petrodollar, and every country that holds treasury bonds to buy oil from the Saudis gets their dollars, and all those dollars come home and cause catastrophic inflation. How much of this is substantial? What do you think about BRICS? Is there any real threat here or anything to do to prepare, or is it just another passing bit of fear-mongering?
Well, I think there's a lot of discussion about it, particularly if you read too much on the internet. But you're asking my opinion, and that's worth really everything you're paying for it. My opinion is that Russia and China probably can't get the Saudis to the table because the Saudis are probably way too smart to think they're going to undermine the U.S. economy. Oh, by the way, undermining the U.S. economy would not be profitable for all of those other countries because they're supported by the U.S. economy. And so if 40% of the GDP kills 60% of the GDP, kind of kills the whole thing. That is stupid. So, no, they're not going to kill themselves by killing us. That's economically. It's counterproductive. And the idea that you can get all of those communists to line up and not try to shoot each other is going to be humorous on the long play. They might be able to do it in one day in August, but are they actually going to pull this off? Listen, they couldn't pull the euro off in Europe to the level that it had any effect on anything. And those people all get along versus the group you're talking about. So I think it's, they're working on it, but I don't think that the chances that it's going to change your life or change my life is there, personally. If it did do everything you're talking about, I don't prepare for meteorites. I don't have a meteorite plan. If a meteorite strikes the earth and kills everything, I don't have a plan for that. And I don't have a plan for apocalypse like you're talking about. So there's not one, by the way, because what you have then is you have a total economic and governmental collapse. And the only plan then that works is bottled water and bullets. Gold is a joke, because no one trades gold bars in the middle of a collapsed economy, and certainly no one trades paper money in a collapsed economy. But the U.S. government, our way of life as we know it, private property rights as we know it, all the real estate I own would be taken by the next guy with a gun. And so, bullets and water is how you'd survive, I guess, but I just don't believe, I am not stockpiling either. Except that bullets go up too fast in price, and I shoot a lot. But that's irrelevant. But so all that to say, I'm not sitting and wringing my hands over it. I do have some friends that spend too much time reading that crap that are wringing their hands over it. But I had a big argument with one of them the other night. I'm like, dude, you really need to get off the internet.
Yeah.
And so because you can't do anything about it if it actually all unfolded the way you did. But B, the theory is broken, and the broken parts of the theory is that you can get all these people to agree and stay agreed because they're evil at their core. Evil people cannot continually agree because they serve themselves and don't serve others. And so you can't find unity in that long term. Number two, if they represent 40% of the economy and they use 40% of the world's economy, which I'm not sure that number is accurate. I think that's pretty high. But if it was that, and if they destroyed 60% of the economy by doing this, then they've destroyed themselves in the process because everything they do hinges on the U freaking S. Hello. I mean, it really does, and that's economic mathematics. So no, I'm not worried about it.
I'm a control the controllables type gal.
Yeah.
You know, like that's like one of those serenity prayer moments where it's like, I just need the serenity to realize I can't control this.
I'm not, I have no idea if there's aliens and UFOs and if they take over. I mean, I guess I'm going to have to call Will Smith because I don't, I don't have a plan for that one, you know?
Yeah, I don't control what Saudi Arabia does.
There's probably aliens. I'm guessing there is.
Come on, Dave.
I don't know. It looks, or somebody throws a lot of frisbees in front of cameras. I'm not
aliens.
Sure which, but I have no idea. And you know what? The time I'm going to spend worrying about it is really close to zero, Kevin.
I feel that.
Really close to zero. So I appreciate your question, and it was earnest and honest question. I honestly do not spend any of my time planning my personal finances or my life around the end of the world.
That's right.
End of the world scenarios. And I have also made one other promise. A lot of guys in the financial world, when they get old, like me, they write the end of the world financial book. There's something about people in my world.
You're not going to predict the end, Dave?
They get paranoid and they predict the end of the economy. They predict the end of the world. And there's a lot of old financial people that did that. And I'm not going to do that one either. I told my kids, unplug the computer if I start writing about the end of the financial world. So I'm the glass half full, control the controllables.
Yeah.
I think we're going to be okay. And I'm not making fun of you, Kevin. It's an honest question. And the numbers you gave me were very precise and accurate. And other than, I think those guys are overstating. Well, of course they're Russians. They're egos. They overstate everything. I mean, the only bigger drama queen than a Russian is an American. So, I mean, they're drama queens. So, of course, they're acting like they're got something they hadn't got.
Yeah.
They're starving to freaking death. The whole communism thing. Oh, here's another one for you. Read a credible economist the other day said, in 20 years, you're going to got to worry anything about China. You know why? They got no workers. Their birth rate has been negative for 2 decades.
Yeah.
Because they're controlling the birth rate, and so the number of people that are going to be eligible in the workforce is gone.
That's a very good point,
So their
Dave.
ability to be a major economic player in 25 years, very low. They killed themselves with their birth rate issue.
Wow.
This is The Ramsey Show.